She may never directly tell you, but she can sense it. Women have an uncanny ability to spot weakness long before you realize it's even there. You might think you're being caring, but she picks up on your uncertainty. You might believe you're showing patience, but all she feels is hesitation. And once she perceives you as weak, everything shifts. Her respect fades, her attraction dwindles, and suddenly you're stuck wondering where things went wrong. Here's the kicker. Weakness isn't just about your actions, it's the invisible energy you project. In this video, we're uncovering the hidden signals that silently erode your presence, push her away, and trap you in the friend zone without you even knowing it. Most guys never realize this, but by the end of this, you'll be fully aware. Ready to transform how you show up? Let's jump in. Number 1. Constantly seeking approval. Ever notice someone who's always asking for reassurance? Did I do it right? Do you still care about me? Is everything okay? It's draining to witness, and for women, it signals a major red flag. While they may not say it directly, they feel it. This guy lacks the strength to stand on his own. Women don't respect men who require constant affirmation to feel good about themselves. When you're always shifting to please others instead of staying true to your core, it shows insecurity. It's like tiptoeing around, waiting for approval, rather than confidently owning who you are. Here's the harsh reality. When a woman picks up on that insecurity, attraction begins to fade. Why? Because deep down, she wants a man who stands tall, not one who falters with every wave of doubt. Picture a man who doesn't need validation. He knows his worth. He doesn't rely on others to tell him he's enough. He's already convinced of it. That's the kind of man who commands respect effortlessly. Stoicism teaches us that true confidence comes from within, not from the opinions of others. The Stoics believed in mastering their emotions, staying grounded in their values, and not letting external judgments rattle their sense of self. Marcus Aurelius didn't wake up wondering if people approved of him. He focused on being the best version of himself, regardless of external validation. You need to do the same. Stop chasing reassurance. Trust your own judgment and base your decisions on your values, not how she might react. When she sees that you're unmoved by her moods, that you remain composed when she pulls away, and that you can stand firm without needing her constant approval, she'll respect you more. And respect breeds attraction. Weakness isn't about being physically small or quiet. It's about seeking permission to simply be. Strength isn't about domination or arrogance. It's about knowing your value and never outsourcing it to someone else. When you learn to validate yourself, when you stop seeking approval like you're lost, you transform into the kind of man who a woman not only desires, but deeply respects. Number 2, emotional volatility. If you're quick to explode, argue, or get overly emotional about small things, women can easily spot that you lack control. They might not call it out, but deep down, they feel it. And once they sense that emotional instability, your respect in their eyes begins to erode. When emotions dominate your actions, whether it's anger, jealousy, or insecurity, you show that you lack inner strength. You become unpredictable, ruled by temporary feelings instead of a grounded mind. If you can't even manage your own emotions, how can she trust you to handle life's bigger hurdles? How can she rely on you when things get rough? Stoicism teaches emotional mastery. As Epictetus famously said, any person capable of angering you becomes your master. Think about that. If someone else can provoke you, they hold power over you. A truly strong man doesn't let external factors dictate his internal state. He stays grounded, no matter the chaos around him. A woman will test you, whether intentionally or not. She'll challenge your patience, push your buttons, even provoke a reaction. Not because she's trying to upset you, but because she wants to know, are you truly in control of yourself? Or are you just pretending to be? If you crumble when things get tough, if you let anger or fear dictate your actions, she'll recognize weakness. But if you stay calm, composed, and unfazed, she'll see real strength. The weak man takes the bait. He gets defensive, argumentative, or emotional. The strong man stays steady. He knows that his power lies in how he responds, not how he reacts. Instead of blowing up when she tests you, take a moment, breathe, collect your thoughts, and respond with quiet authority. That's how you show true self-control. And when a woman sees that you don't lose your cool under pressure, that your emotions don't dictate your actions, her respect and attraction for you will deepen. True strength isn't about proving yourself in an intense moment. It's about mastering yourself at every moment. Now take a second to think. How do you typically respond when emotions rise? Do you let frustration or anger dictate your actions, or do you stay calm and composed? How you handle pressure reveals everything about your inner strength. Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Or if this message resonates with you, type "Strength is in control." Let's see how many of you are ready to master your emotions. Number 3. Living without purpose. Women lose respect for men who lack a sense of purpose. Attraction isn't just about how you look, it's about how you live. If you have no mission, no drive, no clear direction in life, she won't see you as someone worthy of her time. And it's not just women. People in general are drawn to those who live with clarity and a sense of purpose. Think about it. Have you ever met a man who walks through life with unshakable confidence? Not because he's pretending, but because he knows exactly what he's here for. He doesn't need anyone's approval. He doesn't chase after validation. He simply moves forward with purpose. In doing so, he naturally attracts people to him. Now consider the guy who's constantly looking for reassurance, who shifts his opinions to fit in, who waits for opportunities to come to him. Which one do you think commands respect? Stoicism teaches that a man's strength lies not in how he reacts to others, but in how he channels his energy. Marcus Aurelius, one of the greatest Stoic minds, ruled a vast empire not by seeking approval, but by staying committed to his principles. He didn't beg for respect. He earned it by living with unwavering focus and integrity. That's the kind of energy that makes a man magnetic, not just to women, but in every area of life. So what's your mission? It's not enough to just say you want success. What are you actually building? What are you working toward? Women respect men who have a clear purpose, men who wake up each day with a goal bigger than simply trying to win someone's attention. If your only mission is to get her to like you, she'll see right through it. Find something bigger than yourself to commit to, whether it's your career, personal development, or mental and physical growth. Strength comes from knowing where you're headed. If you're not sure yet, start taking steps toward discovering that purpose. Because the moment you stop waiting for life to unfold and start creating your own path, everything will begin to shift. Number 4, always playing it safe. You might think you're being agreeable, saying yes to everything and avoiding conflict to keep the peace, preventing unnecessary drama. But here's the harsh truth. Women don't see this as kindness. They see it as fear. If you're constantly agreeing just to avoid disagreements, letting people walk all over you, or hesitating to say no when it's needed, you're not being noble. You're showing weakness. And women pick up on this far quicker than you realize. Stoicism teaches us that real courage isn't about being aggressive or controlling others. It's about standing firm for what truly matters, even when it's uncomfortable. Avoiding conflict isn't a sign of emotional maturity. It's a sign of fear. Fear of losing approval, fear of being disliked, and fear of dealing with the discomfort of confrontation. Here's the catch. By trying to avoid conflict, you actually lose respect. And when a woman loses respect for you, her attraction fades fast. Think about it. Have you ever seen a woman get frustrated with a man who won't take a stand? Maybe she asks, "What do you want to do?" And he says, "Whatever you want." She might smile, but deep down she's losing interest. At first, she might tolerate it, but eventually that indecisiveness becomes unattractive. She wants a man who can make choices, who can assert himself without being overly forceful, and who isn't afraid to say no when needed. Women test men, not because they enjoy conflict, but because they instinctively want to know if you can handle life's pressures. If you cave under the slightest bit of tension, if you apologize when you haven't done anything wrong, or let others dictate your principles, she notices. And the moment she realizes you lack the spine to stand up for yourself, her attraction begins to evaporate. Stand your ground, not with anger or arrogance, but with unshakable calm. Set your boundaries. Speak your truth when something doesn't feel right. Disagree when necessary, and don't fear her reaction. A man who values his principles more than the temporary comfort of avoiding conflict earns respect, not just from women, but from everyone around him. True strength isn't about overpowering others. It's about having the inner stability to hold your ground when it matters most. If you don't respect yourself enough to do that, don't expect anyone else to either. Think about this. Have you ever found yourself agreeing just to avoid conflict, only to realize later that it cost you respect? Avoiding conflict might feel like the easier option, but in the long run, it weakens your presence, your confidence, and even your relationships. Women don't want a man who bends at every turn. They want a man who stands firm with quiet strength. Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Have you ever experienced the consequences of playing it too safe? Or if this message hit home, type "Respect is earned, not given" in the comments. Let's keep this conversation going. Number 5. Over-investing too soon. You meet a woman, and suddenly everything shifts. Within days, you're texting her non-stop, responding to every message within seconds, sending gifts, planning elaborate dates, and making her the center of your world. You tell yourself it's all about showing how much you care, proving your dedication, but in her eyes, it's something entirely different. It looks like weakness. Women have an instinctive ability to sense when a man places them on a pedestal, valuing them more than he values himself. Here's the cold reality. This doesn't make them feel cherished. It makes them uneasy. Why? Because deep down, real attraction isn't built on being constantly available or relentlessly chasing after someone. It's built on self-respect, mystery, and confidence. When you overwhelm her with attention, thinking you'll win her over, you don't seem romantic. You seem desperate. A woman doesn't want to become the instant center of your world. She wants to be drawn into your world, to feel the excitement of discovering something unique about you, not feel like she's responsible for your happiness. When you give too much too soon, when she's the source of your joy before she's even earned that place, you take away the excitement, the element of curiosity that fuels attraction. She doesn't feel the spark, she feels pressure, and pressure kills desire. Predictability is not captivating. This is where Stoicism can give you an edge. A Stoic man understands that love isn't about clinging or suffocating. It's about connection without losing yourself. He's not ruled by external circumstances, nor does he hinge his emotional well-being on whether someone reciprocates his feelings or affirms him. He doesn't seek validation because he already knows his worth. This quiet confidence is magnetic. It commands respect without needing to shout for attention. If you want her to see you as strong, you must first be strong in yourself. Stop over-investing. Let things develop organically, at their own pace. A man who values himself doesn't need to prove his worth through grand gestures or constant pursuit. He knows that his time and energy are precious, and he gives them wisely. Ironically, when you stop trying so hard to win her over, she'll start to see your real value, your ability to stay calm, your patience, and your willingness to walk away if necessary. These are the qualities that generate attraction, not endless reassurance. You don't need to chase. You need to stand firm. The man who stands strong in himself is the man she won't be able to forget. Number 6, oversharing your struggles. Without control, we all face struggles. Life is full of challenges and difficult times are inevitable. But here's the truth. If your go-to move is to dump every worry, frustration and disappointment on a woman, hoping she'll fix it or comfort you every time, you're not being vulnerable, you're being emotionally dependent. And that's a major turnoff. Think about it. Women are naturally wired to seek security in a partner. They want to feel emotionally safe, not like they have to carry your emotional burdens on top of their own. If every conversation with you feels like a therapy session where you vent, complain, or seek validation, she won't see you as a strong, grounded man. She'll see someone who lacks emotional control. This is where Stoicism can make a world of difference. A Stoic man understands that struggles are a part of life, but he doesn't let them define him. He doesn't crumble under pressure or seek constant emotional reassurance from others. Instead, he handles hardships with composure, processes his emotions internally, and when he does talk about his struggles, it's from a place of strength, not self-pity. Imagine two men facing the same financial setback. One man panics, complains, and spirals into self-doubt, calling his girlfriend every night to unload his stress on her. The other man acknowledges the challenge, focuses on solutions, and when he talks about it, he says, "It's tough right now, but I'm working on a plan to get through it." Who do you think she'll respect more? This isn't about pretending to be emotionless. It's about knowing when and how to express your emotions in a way that doesn't drain others. When you share your struggles, do so with a mindset of resilience and self-reliance. A woman will admire a man who can handle life's storms, not one who collapses the moment it rains. Your ability to stay calm under pressure, to face difficulties without constantly seeking external validation, speaks volumes about your inner strength. And in her eyes, strength is magnetic. Weakness isn't about having problems, it's about letting those problems control you. If you've made it this far, it's clear you're serious about leveling up, not just in your relationships, but in your mindset. So, what stood out to you most? Do you recognize areas where you can improve? Drop your thoughts in the comments, or if you're just absorbing the lesson, type "Composure is power" to let me know you're with me. Let's hear your perspective. The power of ownership. Avoid complaining about life's challenges. Every man faces difficulties. It's an unavoidable part of life. But the way you handle those challenges matters more than the challenges themselves. If you find yourself constantly blaming others, venting about how unfair life is, or seeing yourself as a victim, it's time to rethink your approach. While it may seem like you're just sharing your struggles, to women, it often appears as a lack of control. When you focus too much on what's wrong or out of your control, you're signaling to those around you that you're not in charge of your own life. And this is a turn-off. Women, especially, look for strength in a man, the ability to face adversity without crumbling under pressure. If every time something goes wrong, you complain, you're showing that you can't manage your own emotional landscape. Think about it. If you're always talking about how life is unfair, do you inspire people? Or do you drain their energy? Most likely you leave others feeling deflated rather than motivated. On the other hand, consider someone who, despite facing setbacks, doesn't complain, but instead works towards solutions. That person who takes ownership and responsibility commands respect. Women gravitate toward men who accept their circumstances and ask, "What can I do about this?" rather than, "Why me?" It's not about ignoring your struggles, it's about how you deal with them. A strong man doesn't let external circumstances dictate his mood or actions. He doesn't play the victim. He rises above challenges with resilience and grace. Imagine the alternative. A man who constantly complains, blames others, or falls into self-pity isn't attractive. He lacks stability, and a woman doesn't want to feel like she's carrying his emotional burdens. She wants a man who stands firm when life gets tough, someone who can adapt, stay calm, and take action. This is what attracts respect and admiration. Stoicism teaches us that while we can't control everything that happens to us, we can control how we respond. Complaints won't get you anywhere. Action will. The stronger you become at handling your emotions and taking full responsibility for your actions, the more attractive you become, not just to women, but to everyone around you. At the end of the day, strength isn't about having a life that's free of problems. It's about how you show up despite them. When you stop making excuses and start taking ownership, you not only gain respect from others, but you also develop a deeper respect for yourself. Number 8. Letting attraction control you. If you find yourself losing focus whenever you encounter a woman you're attracted to, it shows a lack of inner strength. And here's the thing, women can sense this instantly. They can tell when a man is overly eager to gain their approval, when he goes out of his way to impress them, or when he compromises his own identity just to be liked. Contrary to popular belief, this behavior doesn't create attraction, it extinguishes it. Attraction isn't won through constant reassurance or validation seeking. It's not about agreeing with everything she says, being overly accommodating, or folding at the first sign of disagreement. The moment you start molding yourself to meet her expectations, you show her that your sense of self is fragile. You essentially communicate that you lack inner strength and self-respect. And no woman, especially one who values herself, wants a man who can't respect himself. Women are naturally drawn to men who are grounded, who stay true to their values, and who don't let fleeting desires or outside influences control their actions. This is where Stoicism plays a powerful role. The Stoics understood that true power doesn't come from controlling others, but from mastering yourself. Just because you have desires, whether for a woman's attention, approval, or affection, doesn't mean you should let those desires control you. Take Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor. He had access to limitless wealth, power, and pleasures, but he remained grounded. He didn't let power sway his principles. He stood firm in his values, practiced self-discipline, and never allowed fleeting desires to derail him. That's real strength. It's not about never feeling temptation. It's about controlling it. A man with self-control commands respect. When you can remain composed in the presence of beauty, when attraction doesn't distract you from your goals, and when you stay true to your values, people take notice, especially women. Women often test men, not to break them, but to gauge their stability. They want to see if you can stand firm, whether or not the situation is chaotic or tempting. Unfortunately, most men fail this test. They chase, they overcompensate, thinking that being overly agreeable or constantly seeking approval will make them more attractive. But in reality, it does the opposite. A man who respects himself doesn't need to prove his worth. His actions, discipline, and sense of self do the talking. So next time you feel the urge to chase, mold yourself to someone else's expectations, or seek validation, pause. Ask yourself, are you in control of your own life, or are you letting your impulses dictate your actions? The moment you stop seeking approval and start living with confidence and integrity, that's when true respect and attraction will follow. Number 9. Failing to lead. There's nothing that kills attraction faster than a man who can't make a decision, constantly asking, "What do you want to eat? Should I text her now or wait? Or is it worth going after that opportunity?" And then doing nothing or waiting for too long. This is a major turn-off. Indecision signals weakness. It's frustrating for both parties and, more importantly, it shows a lack of confidence. Women don't want to feel like they're always the ones in charge. They don't want to have to be the ones making all the decisions or pulling you along. They want a man who can step up, make choices, and take control when needed. It's not about being controlling, it's about exuding certainty and strength. A man who struggles to make decisions often struggles with self-doubt, and that uncertainty is unattractive. Picture this. A woman is standing with two men. One confidently looks at her, makes eye contact and says, "Let's go here, I think you'll love it." The other hesitates, looks away and nervously says, "What do you want to do?" Which one do you think she's more drawn to? The one who exudes confidence and clarity. The Stoics understood the power of decisive action. Seneca once said, "We suffer more in imagination than in reality." Overthinking leads to fear and anxiety that often isn't even justified, leaving you paralyzed. The more you hesitate, the more you reinforce that fear. Each time you stall, you further convince yourself that you're incapable. If you can't trust yourself, why should anyone else, including her? Stop waiting for the perfect answer. Stop hoping she'll take charge for you. Make a decision and commit to it. Whether it's planning a date, pursuing an opportunity, or even making a move, take the lead. You don't need to have everything planned out. What matters is your confidence in the decision and your ability to handle the outcome. This is the type of energy that attracts women. It's not about being overly assertive or aggressive. It's about self-mastery. It's about knowing who you are, standing firm in your values, and not letting doubt or hesitation control your life. Women may not always voice it, but they can sense when a man lacks direction, when he seeks constant validation, or when he doesn't trust his own choices. This erodes attraction and respect faster than you think. The Stoics knew this centuries ago. Marcus Aurelius, Epictetus, Seneca, they all taught that true power is about controlling your emotions, staying grounded under pressure, and never depending on external validation for your self-worth. That's the mindset that commands respect. It's not just attractive to women, but to life itself. So ask yourself, are you in control, or are you being controlled? The moment you stop hesitating, stop overthinking, and start owning your actions, everything changes. Women notice. People notice. Most importantly, you'll notice how much more empowered you feel. If this resonated with you, hit the like button and help spread the word. Drop a comment below about which of these common mistakes you think you've struggled with the most. I love reading your thoughts and experiences. And don't stop here. Check out the recommended videos on the screen for more insights into mastering attraction, self-respect, and embracing a Stoic mindset. Keep leveling up, keep staying grounded, and I'll see you in the next one.